Hi, Cornwall Public Library friends, and very specifically, my Storytime Takeout friends. My name is Rebecca Barth, and I am so glad to be with you today to share a really fun story. You've been reading and exploring the world of animals with this month's books and activities. And so we're going to have a little fun today with animals as well. Now, when you think about animals, what do you usually think about? Do you think about fast animals? Maybe you think about ferocious animals. Or maybe you think about funny animals. Well, there are all sorts of animals, aren't there? There are animals that we find in zoos. There are animals that we find in our very own homes. And what do we call those animals that we find in our homes? That's right, we call them pets. And we've got lots of different kinds of pets, don't we? A lot of times people get a dog for a pet, or they might get a cat for a pet. Maybe you're a fan of fish. These all make great pets. Well, today's story is going to look into the world of pets because not every animal makes a good pet. And we're going to find that out as we explore the story, What Pet to Get. And that story is written by Emma Dodd. And we're reading it today with permission from our publisher, Arthur Levine. Here we go. Are you ready? Okay. So we've got some end papers here. And our end papers are all sorts of animal footprints. And there's our friend Jack. He's thinking about what pet to get. And we see him looking at a book with all sorts of animals. And that will help him decide. "Let's get a pet," said Jack one day. "I promise I'll look after it." "If you like, dear," replied his mother absent-mindedly. And that's kind of a big word that means she was listening to him, but not really listening very closely. "What pet should we get?" she asks. Jack thought about it for a little while. "I think we should get an elephant," he announced. "I could ride it to school." "An elephant would be nice, dear," said Mom, "but not very practical. How would we take it on vacation?" And I love that the elephant is holding the bag in its trunk. "On the roof rack, of course," said Jack. "I don't think so, dear," said Mom. "It might squash the car." Maybe not an elephant then," said Jack. What do you think he's going to pick next? "What about a lion?" he said. "I'd remember to feed it every day." "That would be super, dear," replied Mom. "But lions do have very big appetites." "And anyway, it would frighten the mail carrier." I hadn't thought of that." Uh-oh. Maybe we should turn the page before we think too much about what happened. Jack thought some more. "I think we should get a polar bear," he said. "It would make a great playmate." Look, he's playing catch and fetch with the polar bear. "A polar bear would be lovely, dear," replied his mother, "but I don't think it would like the central heating." I suppose not," agreed Jack. Jack thought some more. What pet to get? "Could we get a Tyrannosaurus Rex?" he asked. "I could take it for walks." They don't look too happy, do they? That would have been a great idea, dear, replied Mom, but unfortunately the Tyrannosaurus Rex has been extinct for 65 million years. What a shame, said Jack. Well, what about a giraffe? Too tall. A rhino? Too wide. A bison? Too smelly. A crocodile? Too snappy. I suppose a shark is out of the question? Yes, dear, sighed Mom. Perhaps you could try to think of something less exotic. That's a fancy word for unusual. Early the next morning, Jack announced, I've got it! Let's get a dog! That's an excellent idea, dear, said Mom. We'll go this morning and choose a lovely little puppy. Oh, and look at how big that dog is. Oh my goodness, do you think they ended up with the best pet? They did get a dog, so that was normal, even though he was pretty huge, wasn't he? Oh, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It was lots of fun to read to you. I hope you're all doing well. We miss seeing your faces at the library, but we hope that that changes very soon and that we're able to see you again. Until then, you take care, all right? Bye-bye.